about that, I'll bring in the Secretary of Sport, Adam Van Koeverden. Thank you for joining us. You know, you have your pulse on the ground when it comes to what's happening across the country. How are fans feeling? What have you been hearing in terms of the ripple effect of the Jays?
Well, it's just so exciting, right? The Canadians are on the edge of their seats right now. There's a lot going on today. It's Halloween, and it's also Blue Jays Day, so I hope everybody's got plans to watch the game. And I think I've heard that we're going to rename the team tonight to the Canada Blue Jays, because this is truly the country's team, and these guys have had the nation on their backs, right up on their shoulders for the last couple of weeks. It's been so exciting. And you're right, like, sport really brings a country together. It brings communities together. It builds us up. Obviously, it makes us healthier and happier, but this type of success is just so exciting. So, you know, so far, congratulations to the entire club, but every Blue Jays fan who's been, like, waiting for this for over 30 years, right? I count myself among you, so what a time.
Speaking of 92 and 93, you know, that did a tremendous job in helping young Canadians gravitate towards the sport. Part of your job is to help future athletes in your role. What have you been hearing and seeing in terms of what this is doing for the game itself in our country?
I've heard that baseball and softball enrollment is already up. I remember when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be John Allrood. I played first base in the Oakville Kinsman Softball League. And, you know, we want to see a ripple effect across all sports, not just baseball and softball. But we've heard a lot of statistics, like primarily that teenage girls are dropping out of sport at a rate 3 times higher than boys are. So we want to stop that. We want to make sure there's more opportunity, more engagement, more joyful, happy experiences in sport and physical activity, recreation, and play right across our country. And we know that the boys in blue are inspiring a nation to do that. But then we need to make sure that we've got the facilities and the infrastructure and the capacity to absorb all of that interest. Because, you know, sport brings us together in lots of ways, and in a community level, whether it's Little League or the big leagues here in the major league and the World Series. I mean, it can be the same thing for kids.
Amazing. Now, we did do a story on the Athletes Assistant Program. Softball itself has about $500,000 invested into the Athletes Assistant Program. You know, there have been young athletes clamoring for more, especially that are part of the Olympic Committee. Can you commit to more funds being allocated towards softball, towards baseball? Where do you see this going in terms of government funding in supporting this wave of athletes young athletes who might now be interested in the sport?
Well, one of the things that the sport community has been saying over and over again is it's not just about more money for rugby or softball or canoe, kayak, or track and field. We want to see more private investment, more public investment, more community investment into sport, physical activity, and recreation from the playground to the podium, right? Because it's a pathway and it's a big ecosystem. So certainly we do want to make sure that there's opportunity. We want to fight for affordable sport, accessible sport, inclusive and welcoming sport for all Canadians. And just this week, I was really proud to announce $3.11 million for athlete mental health through our COPSIN networks. We've got 7 of those across Canada, which is really cool, because when I was on the national kayak team, we didn't have this COPSIN network, but now we've got the Canadian Olympic and Paralympic Sports Institute network right across our country, providing these services like massage and physiotherapy and weightlifting and all sorts of other things. But also we've got a sports psychologist at those locations too. So it is an ecosystem. We always want to see more. We're going to fight for more, just like the Blue Jays are tonight.
Okay. Any commitment to more funding, though?
Well, I'll always fight for more funding. That's my job. And as a former athlete, that's one of the reasons I got involved in politics.
Toughest question of this interview, a prediction for tonight?
Well, Jays in 6.
Score?
I don't know. We're going to see. I'm not going to put it. I'm not a betting man. I'm not a betting man. So.
A lot of pressure. I get it. Okay, Adam, thank you so much for taking the time with us, joining us on CTV News. Scott, I'll send it back over to you.